Hey, what's up, guys? I wanted to do a different kind of video for the second video today. I wanted to go ahead and matchmake the Bantamweight division because I noticed pretty much the entire division outside of Petr Yan and Deiveson Figueiredo is unmatched and doesn't have an opponent. So let's go through today and matchmake these guys. Starting with the champion, Merab Dvalishvili. I think he should fight Umar Nurmagomedov. Now listen, one could argue that Deiveson Figueiredo should be challenging for the title, and I agree. And if Deiveson wins this weekend against Petr Yan, he should leapfrog Umar and fight for Merab for the title because he deserves it more. However, I think Petr Yan's going to beat Deiveson Figueiredo, and I think that at that point it should be Umar. I know Umar only has one win in the top 15, fair enough, but stylistically it's a great matchup, and let's just book it, UFC. It's an interesting matchup. The fans would jump on it. And yeah, I want to see it. So book Merab Dvalishvili versus Umar Nurmagomedov, maybe early 2025 because they have Ramadan and Merab's talking about he wants to fight O'Malley in a rematch. No, Merab, you're not fighting O'Malley in a rematch. Fight Umar or fight Figueiredo if he wins this weekend. And yeah, be a good champion, brother. And listen, I know Umar does not deserve it. For you guys, jump on me in the comments. I know he doesn't deserve it, but If Figueiredo loses this weekend, which I think he will, it's the only matchup that makes sense right now. No one else really deserves it more than Umar if Deiveson Figueiredo loses, which I think he will. Next up, O'Malley versus Petr Yan rematch. I want to see this fight. A lot of people are talking about O'Malley versus Merab 2. They're talking about O'Malley versus Henry Cejudo. No, I don't want to see that, dude. I want to see the Russian Siberian Nightmare, Petr Yan, get this one back over Sean O'Malley because I think he won that first fight against Sean O'Malley. And Petr Yan came back and got that win against Song Yadong this year. He looked pretty good. Not in his prime form and the best we've ever seen him, but he looked pretty good. And I think he's going to beat, what's his name this weekend? He's going to beat Deiveson Figueiredo this weekend. And I think he should be matched up against Sean O'Malley. I think that they should run it back because I do believe that he won that first fight. And they're very well evenly matched on the feet. And Petr Yan, I think, has better grappling. And I want to see how the second fight goes. And this fight, maybe you could do this for a #1 contenders fight to see who fights for the belt next. Assuming that Petr Yan gets past Deiveson Figueiredo this weekend, which is an assumption I am making. So excuse me for making that assumption. I know a lot of people are going to be in the comments saying, bro, Deiveson Figueiredo is going to smash Petr Yan. No, he's not. The Siberian Nightmare Petr Yan's coming for that belt in 2025. I'm telling you, boys. So let's go O'Malley versus Petr Yan rematch. I want to see it. I'm interested in it. The first fight was a barn burner. It was close. I had Petr Yan winning, but they gave it to O'Malley, and he ended up getting the title. So book the rematch in 2025 UFC after Petr Yan's fight this weekend. I like to see it in maybe like March, April, depending on how much damage Yan takes. Let's go ahead to the next one, guys. I got Corey Sandhagen versus Deiveson Figueiredo. So Corey Sandhagen lost to Umar a couple months ago, and Deiveson Figueiredo fights this weekend against what's his name? Against Petr Yan. I think Deiveson Figueiredo is going to lose. He's 36, nearly 37, and yeah, he's coming against the beast Petr Yan. So I think he's going to drop a decision to Petr Yan this weekend, and then you can match these guys up. Corey Sandhagen versus Deiveson Figueiredo. They've never fought. Number 4, number 5. I think if Deiveson Figueiredo loses to Petr Yan, he doesn't deserve to have to fight like an up and comer. He's done his work in the bantamweight division. He's undefeated, former champion. Give him Corey Sandhagen. This would be a great fight, maybe April of next year. I don't know how much time Corey wants to take off. Maybe he doesn't want to take off that much time, but put them against each other. It's a good, solid fight. I would pick Corey Sandhagen in that fight just because I think that Figueiredo's age is going to catch up to him. But this would be an entertaining striking bout nonetheless. I don't think this fight would be taken to the ground. Let's move on to the next one. Henry Cejudo versus Jose Aldo. Legend versus legend. I think Jose Aldo deserves a bump up the rankings after that abomination of a loss by Mario Bautista because Mario Bautista is a coward and he held Jose Aldo up against the fence like the coward he is. So let's reward Jose Aldo for his good performance at age 38, outstriking Mario Bautista in moments in that fight versus Henry Cejudo. Listen, if Henry Cejudo isn't going to retire, but he is sitting on that number 7 ranking, let's get Jose Aldo up to number 7 because I think Jose Aldo would school Henry Cejudo. Henry Cejudo is not taking him down because his takedown defense is rock solid, obviously. Some of the best takedown defense you'll ever see. And Jose Aldo is just way too fast for little midget 5'4" Henry Cejudo. Henry Cejudo is a flyweight. He's not a bantamweight. He should have stayed retired, but he's 37, nearly 38 in January. If he's going to fight, put him up against Aldo, legend versus legend. I know a lot of people want to see Cruz versus Aldo. I don't want to see that. Cruz is nearly 40. I think Henry is still more capable than Dominic Cruz these days, even though he looked pretty garbage in his last fight. Either way, book this fight. UFC, legend versus legend. It will be an interesting matchup. I would pick Aldo to win pretty comfortably, but I'd want to see it. Let's move on to the next matchup in the Bantamweight division. Rob Font versus Song Yadong. These two have never fought. Rob Font has turned back 2 contenders, I believe, Adrian Yanez and now Kyler Phillips. So Rob Font, even at 36, 37, still doing the damn thing, outboxing these young guns. I think he had a loss in between that of Corey Sandhagen. Either way, give Rob Font 1 jump up the rankings against Song Yadong. Number 9 versus number 8. Song Yadong just lost to Piotr Jan, but he can fight down 1. And I don't think this is crazy. This fight's never happened. It'd be an entertaining striking matchup. Maybe Song Yadong could take it to the ground. He has some decent grappling, but who knows, man? Maybe Rob Font will just jab his face up and win a dominant decision. I don't know who I'd pick for this fight. It's pretty even. Probably Song Yadong. He's younger, and Rob Font's aging. So eventually, maybe Song Yadong can expose his grappling like it's been exposed so many times. But hey, man, Rob Font looking proven his last couple fights, so respect to him. Let's move on to the next one. Marcus McGee versus Mario Bautista. Now, this is the one. Mario Bautista, no, you don't get a jump up the rankings after that absolute embarrassing performance. You're lucky we don't bring back Francis Ngannou and put you in there with him, because that was an abomination. And then bro went to the post-fight press conference and doubled down. He was like, listen, bro, Marab held Jose Aldo against the fence, and look what happened to him. He's champ. No one likes Marab doing that. We didn't like you doing it. It's a coward way to fight. It's stalling, and you should get taken a point for that nonsense. Just holding against the fence and stalling the fight. Fight. Be a man, brother. You're fighting Jose Aldo. Freaking coward performance. So give him Marcus McGee, and this would be an interesting fight. I'd pick Marcus McGee, honestly. I think Marcus McGee could bust Mario Bautista up on the feet. Maybe a Bautista can out-grapple him, but Marcus McGee's no slouch on the ground either. So, yeah, I want to see this fight. Listen, I know a lot of people are joking about Mario Bautista not getting to jump up the rankings, but I'm dead serious. After that performance against Aldo, I don't care if he's on a 7-fight win streak or a 6-fight win streak. He doesn't deserve it, bro. You don't fight Aldo like that and get to jump up the rankings. You just don't. So, call me a hater in the comments. Say that I don't believe in real fighting, bro, holding against the fence. It is what it is. Give Marcus McGee the jump up against Mario Bautista. Marcus McGee just defeated Jonathan Martinez this past weekend. Make it happen, UFC. Punish Mario Bautista for being a coward. Let's move on to the next one. We got Iman ZaHAB versus Marlon Vera. Now, this is maybe the most controversial one on the list, but listen, I think Marlon Vera needs to defend his spot. Number 6 in the division. I know he fought for the title recently, but this guy was never championship caliber. He's been dominated by so many people. Jose Aldo destroyed this guy. He was getting pieced up by Dominic Cruz before he found a finish at the end. He was getting pieced up by Frankie Edgar before he found a finish. This guy, Marlon Vera, got dominated by Corey Sandhagen. He got dominated by O'Malley in the rematch. I mean, Marlon Vera just got dominated and comfortably beat by Davison Figueiredo. This dude's lost to everybody, so it's time he defend his number 6 spot and give the Canadian, I wouldn't say prospect, he's 37 years old, the Canadian guy a shot at Marlon Vera. Book this fight, UFC. I haven't seen too much of Iman ZaHAB's fights, I'll be honest. That's the inner casual in me, but number 13 versus number 6. Let's see if the 37-year-old Canadian can get it done against the journeyman Marlon Vera. Marlon Vera's lost to pretty much everybody at bantamweight, so it's time for him to defend that number 6 spot. Eventually, you got to give the guys a chance to jump up. I know this is a big jump in 7 spots, but hey, let's see what happens, man. Let me know if you don't think this guy should get the jump up against Marlon Vera, who would you give the jump up against Marlon Vera? Because I feel like it's time for him to defend his spot. Maybe Marlon Vera, Rob Font, they already fought. Either way, let's move on to the last one on this list. Book Montel Jackson versus Kyler Phillips. Listen, Kyler Phillips has shown whenever he gets to jump up the rankings, he struggles. He just lost to Rob Font. Rob Font pieced him up pretty easily. And I forget who else he lost to. But Kyler Phillips has a couple losses trying to go up in the rankings. He's failed a couple times. Montel Jackson on a 5-fight win streak in the UFC. He's number 15 versus number 12. I think he deserves it. This would be a good scrap. They've never fought. I've only seen like one of Montel Jackson's fight, but he's a solid fighter. Kyler Phillips is a decent fighter. Bro looks like Jesus low-key. He's a decent fighter, but clearly showed that he's just not at like that top 10 level. Every time he gets close to that top 10 level, he ends up losing. So book this fight, number 15 versus number 12. This is me matchmaking the Bantamweight rankings, guys. Different kind of video. Let me know if you guys like these kind of videos or you just want the regular content I've been posting. Always appreciate you guys watching. Second video today. We got a new camera, boys. We're on the grind. Thanks for all the new subs, as I keep saying. Thanks for the new subscribers and all the support on the channel. And we're monetized now, boy. We're going to the top. Appreciate you guys. Leave a like. Leave a comment. I'm out. Peace.